and thank you for joining us tonight on Hotspot. Yes, we have another jam-packed lineup. We have the PNG Men's Snooker title that kicked off this week. We have a kiteboarder, Benny Kali, that we'll take a look at his interview along the show, as well as the Brisbane Boys College that conducted a footy and cricket clinic. But we kickstart our show with the Coca-Cola Southern Region National Championships that wrapped up this week.
The Coca-Cola Junior National Championships are played around the country, so this year we're in 3 areas. So we're holding our southern regions today, which you can see the under-13 boys playing out behind us, and this weekend coming, we'll be in Lay at Erico Oval. We'll be running with the Hagen boys and girls. Will be coming down on the bus and playing for 2 days over the weekend. And then we fly off to Hoskins and travel to Kimbe, where all the islands boys and girls will be coming. So we've got boys and girls from Kavieng, Palmio, all over. Booker's flying in, so we've got teams from all over, plus Kimbe, Hoskins and Biella as well. So we've got lots and lots of players over the next 2 weeks.
Yes! Yes!
The Coca-Cola Southern Regional Championships wrapped up the 5-day event with a pool of talent at the Taurama Barracks in Port Moresby. Players from as far as Kerama have forced their efforts and skills on the dry Port Moresby terrain. With the aim of selecting the under-14 and under-16 Binnatangs and under-17 Korakoms teams for AFL PNG's 2015 Academy, they selected 15 for the 13 and 15 boys and under-16 girls regional sides will undergo skills testing prior to the national championships.
We'll be selecting our squads for next year's junior national teams. So our Coca-Cola Binnatangs for 2015. So our 13-year-old boys will become the under-14 Binnatangs, 15-year-old boys the under-16 Binnatangs, and our 16-year-old girls become the under-17 Korakoms next year for our 2015 season.
Most representative players have been discovered through the regional championships and talent pathways, and demonstrates the successive rollout of AFL PNG's development programs.
In the Mosquitoes squad that just won the International Cup, there's roughly about 80% to 90% of the boys have come through these development programs in their provinces and in their areas, and come through the Binnatang system, the Coca-Cola Talent Pathway, and then form the Mosquitoes that just played on the MCG 2 weeks ago and won the International Cup, which is very exciting. So, and then obviously we'll see some of those boys around as well at their local national. They always come back and help, which is very exciting for the kids. And then obviously there's quite a few of the boys that are playing out here today that have been Binnatangs and coming back to have another go at it as well. And a couple of the boys from their scholarships to Australia to play in different clubs around the east coast of Australia.
We'll head out for our first break for tonight. Up next, we have kiteboarding with Benny Kali.
There'll be competitors from all over the world. Most of them come from Europe, where kitefoiling is very popular, and there'll be a handful of guys coming from the States as well.
I want to master the board, and I want to be heading in a good placing amongst the best hydrofoilers in the world.
You've just joined us, you're watching Hotspot. Now, if you're an extreme sports fan, you'll be very, very excited to know that Benny Kali, a lad from Central Province, is taking part in the Kitefoil Gold Cup at Townsville. Now, kiteboarding is a combination of extreme sports such as windsurfing, wakeboarding, surfing, and paragliding. So let's take a look. With a combination of characteristics to extreme sports such as wakeboarding, windsurfing, surfing, and paragliding, kiting is a popular sport in Europe, Asia, and USA. Gaining its popularity over the years, and for the first time, the tourist hub of Townsville, Australia, will be staging the Kitefoil Gold Cup.
Benny's heading off to the Kitefoil Gold Cup in Australia, Townsville. It's going to be the first event of its kind in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's a first opportunity for our guys in this part of the world to take on these new boards and race against some of the best guys in the Northern Hemisphere.
What's the difference between normal kite racing to kitefoil racing?
Normal kite racing is on a course, just like normal racing in any sailing yacht. For the kitefoil, we're talking about a whole new different kind of board. This is a board that's got a big foot that comes out into the ocean with a big wing that hangs off it, just like a hydrofoil. So Benny's going to be flying above the water. And the boards are very fast, they're very efficient, very technical to ride. They take a lot of skill. So it's going to take the best out of Benny to see what he can do in this event.
What are the challenges for Benny in this event?
Well, mastering the board's going to be his biggest challenge, I think. He needs to really spend some time, learn how to come to grips with how the board behaves in certain situations, flying along on the reach, doing his jibes, getting his turns right, keeping his mistakes low in the competition. He's also got to learn to take on the other riders as well. Not be too passive, be aggressive, keep up with the best in the world. Yeah. There'll be competitors from all over the world. Most of them come from Europe, where kitefoiling is very popular, and there'll be a handful of guys coming from the States as well. They've been practicing in San Francisco. They want to take it to the Europeans and show them who's the best.
Making his second appearance in the kiting scene, Benny Kali, a young lad who hails from Hula in the Central Province, has prepared well and applauds the assistance he has been given leading up to this event.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it since it's been a year when I was back in Townsville, and now I'm looking forward to practice with my mentor Marvin on the hydrofoil board.
Right. Good. Have you been training?
Yes, I have been training a lot in Ula village with my kids on the Pepsi Max gears and the boards, and I've been putting up on shows on the coastal areas of Taurama and to Hood Lagoon.
What is your goals for the race?
My goal is to master the board, the hydrofoil board, to keep up with the best racers. I want to get better on riding the hydrofoil board, and I also want to be in the good place in amongst the good hydrofoil riders in the world.
Faced with the challenge of familiarizing himself to the speed and size of the board, the equipment and styles, Benny is confident of his preparations. We'll head out for another break for tonight. Up next, we have the Brisbane Boys College Sports Clinic. Welcome back, you're watching Hotspot. Now, the Brisbane Boys College were in town to conduct a sports clinic down at Elamari Ovals in Port Moresby. Now, they have produced some footy greats such as Will Genia and Henari Verital, so I'm very excited to see this. So, and you should too. Now, let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Can you tell us a little bit about this rugby and cricket clinic that you ran today?
Yeah, no, this is the third year in a row that BBC, Brisbane Boys College, has been out to Papua New Guinea, but the first year that we've run a sports clinic for the kids. So we met up with Cricket PNG and Rugby PNG last year and organised some meetings with them, spoke with Temis, and they were happy to host the clinic today. And you know, for us to have 70 odd kids come in such a busy weekend and busy time with Independence Day coming up, we were really happy with, so it was great.
Now this is perfect timing as it falls into place with PNG-RFU's PRU program, which do target the younger generation. Are you looking to extend these visits?
Yeah, it's something that we trialled for the first year, and with the success, my boss is over there, so he's very keen for it to happen again. So our plan's definitely keen to go into next year, and we'll make some contact with Cricket PNG and PNG Rugby to take it further as well.
Now BBC has produced players like Wolgenia. Are you looking to find another Wolgenia to perhaps represent BBC again?
Yeah, I think that would be fantastic, and Wolgenia being your brother, and we've got Nigel and Frank and all the guys, so you know, it's a fantastic opportunity more for us to, I guess, get kids that are interested in taking their education, I guess, to the next level, and it's something, you know, obviously there's sporting opportunities that come along the way, but I think the education is a big focus for us.
Moving away from the education, I'm sure you've had talks with PNG-RFU. What do you think of their program so far?
Yeah, no, it's been excellent. It's been interesting speaking to a lot of the coaches and development officers over the last 12 months since meeting them. And both of the sports, I guess, you know, your cricket and your rugby have got some great programs, and they are really trying to expand into getting more kids playing the game and increasing those pathways. And I guess it is an exciting time of us in a small way being involved in that program, but you know, it's very exciting, and seeing the kids that are involved here, it'd be nice to see them with a PNG shirt on their back at some stage in either cricket or rugby.
Well, that's all the questions I have for today. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, no, I think it's great. You know, a big thank you to everyone that's been involved, Cricket PNG, Rugby PNG, obviously our staff from Brisbane Boys College, Temis themselves for hosting today, and the parents group that have got him behind and helped, and Food Station as well that have looked after the catering for the last couple of days, and we hope to see you all next year.
Thank you very much.
Great, thanks a lot.
Jeremy, I know you're a soccer fan and I know how much you dislike rugby, but how did that go for you?
Oh, well, you know, coming back in, it's only a matter of time until I hit the big books. I'm pretty sure about that. If not the big books, then at least the junior Palais. No, I'm serious.
The women's squad.
Oh, the Palais are the women's squad.
Tell us about that little sidestep. Were you mimicking Quade Cooper, or who were you trying to be?
Well, if you think about it, it's a natural born trait. It's one of the things the gifts that we all have when we're kids. That and when my father used to chase me around the house. So you kind of learn to sidestep.
How would your father feel about you going from soccer to rugby?
Well, I hope he doesn't watch this on television on Thursday night.
But you guys are doing rugby union, not me. Who's your favorite rugby union player? Warriors! New Zealand! All Blacks! Australia for me! If you go for New Zealand, you're so loser. You're so even Australia!
Now the Rugby Union World Cup is next year. Yeah.
What?
Who do you think is going to take it? If you had one choice to play one country in the world.
New Zealand. Why New Zealand? Just because they are man on one.
The junior Pukpuks are currently in Brisbane for an exhibition match against the Brisbane Boys College. We'll head out for our final break for tonight. Stay with us as we wrap up the show.
Play hard, play safe. You're watching Hotspot.
Thank you.
I think we did it.
We've come to the end of another great show. A reminder that if you'd like us to feature your sports story or have us train with you on our special feature Get Involved, please shoot us an email at sports@emtv.com.pg. You can visit our Facebook page, or if you're in Port Moresby, drop by to 2nd floor Garden City and ask for Lorraine, Tere, Jeremy, or Afata and myself, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. Now let's take a look at our weekend draws. Before we kick off our weekend draws, our Digicel Barramundis, after losing their first T20 match on Sunday against the Australian Indigenous side, bounced back to secure a win against the East Asia Pacific side yesterday in the Top End Cricket Carnival. And in the South Australia Cricket Association Premier League 50-over campaign, the Barrows will face Eastern Edge this Saturday in Darwin. And to our weekend draws, Port Moresby's AFL fraternity will witness the clash of the giants as 4 clubs take the Barracks ovals this Saturday in the Easy Long Premier AFL competition. Kicking off at 11 a.m, wearing their stripes on their shoulders, University Tigers will face Taurama Suns to take up the title as Port Moresby's AFL Queens. Featuring some of our Binatangs and potential mosquitoes, the men's reserve grade final will see the boys from Garika Village, Central Bombers, go up against rivals Bomana Cats. The day will also feature an Oldies Masters match as a curtain raiser to the showdown in the senior men's final between Lamana Dockers and Taurama Suns. And in rugby union, kicking off the club's 7th circuit, the rugby fraternity and enthusiasts in the nation's capital will witness the SLS Garahu Hot Sevens this weekend in the suburb of Garahu. The tournament has attracted some of PNG's rugby's finest talents, such as the Kimber Rebels, the Black Orchids, and the Lay Pirates. And in touch rugby, the Port Moresby Industry Touch Association enters their semi-final round of matches at the Barracks Oval this Sunday, with the mixed open matches to kick off at 11 a.m, followed by the women's and open men's matches. Our hotspot for this weekend will be at the Port Moresby AFL Grand Final. If you're in Port Moresby, the SB Hunters are having their inaugural club presentation at the Gateway Hotel, so grab yourself a ticket or a table. Until next week, play hard, play safe, and we'll catch you right here on Hotspot.